Hello and welcome to another episode with Matthew. Who we have coming on the channel today is Arielle Robinson, Alicia Taylor, Shakira Cassidy. We're going to kick this off with Arielle Robinson. She's 24 from Jackson, Mississippi. Has been working with pre-K for 2 years. Up next we have Shakira Cassidy. She's 29. She's also from Jackson, Mississippi. Also been teaching for 7 years, but 2 years in pre-K. Alicia Taylor, she's 35, also from Jackson, Mississippi. Been teaching for 9 years. First year teaching pre-K. How y'all ladies doing?
Great.
Good.
Doing good.
You know, can one of y'all elaborate how the day was today? Just brief elaboration. So I know I talked to you before dismissal was over, and it was more like the students got y'all run for y'all money.
Students did. Monday was a typical Monday.
A typical Monday.
And we had testing.
And 2 days out for them, so we had to reprogram today.
Right.
So testing is tough, like especially when you have to tell a student to, sit right here. Cause I know you said sit right here, be quiet, pay attention.
They gotta get
So
the
it's a
mind
lot
right.
for you, Miss Taylor.
Yes. I baby, don't look up. Baby, look, stay right here. Let me put a divider up so you boxed in.
Right.
But you end up back over the divider, so.
What about you, Miss Robinson? How is it for you?
It was alright. It wasn't that bad.
Okay, all right now, Robinson.
So you had a good day? It was alright. The kids do their stuff, but it was alright.
Yeah,
Monday
typical
stuff.
Monday.
So when did you decide to become a teacher, Miss Cassidy?
When did I decide to become a teacher?
When did you make your mind up, Miss Cassidy?
Not you looking.
Oh, may that question go to somebody else, and I can ask you. Tell me about your first day as a teacher.
Yeah, let me do that one.
To kind of elaborate about your first
Day
as a teacher.
as a teacher. Any job you go to, you're gonna be nervous. You're not sure what you're gonna run into. You're not sure how things are gonna go. My first experience as a teacher, I taught juniors, and it was at one of my old high schools. So I was kind of familiar with the place, not really in the loop with the kids.
All right.
But I went to school with either a cousin or a brother or a sister. So I was familiar with the kids, but not with the way that the school wanted me to be familiar with the kids, if I say so. I was nervous the first day as a high school teacher with juniors, but as the day goes by and you become familiar with the kids and you build those relationships, it makes it easier. With pre-K, even though they're younger, I'm still nervous. Some of them are crying, day one. You got parents in and out your door. You got parents in your window. You got the principal walking around. Probably like day 3, we had superintendent walking around. So it was it's like a nerve. You have to get over being nervous, and then you're able to come in and flow and do your job.
So is the holidays special for y'all, especially the one that y'all actually are at school to do, or y'all have a week before the children get out for the holiday, y'all celebrate like Valentine's just passed by. I was Valentine's for y'all.
For my classroom,
For the class.
Valentine was on a Wednesday. And I teamed up with another teacher, me and her. We kind of had a combined party. She did hot dogs, chips, cookies, cakes, and juice.
Look at Miss Stacy's face. Like,
and
what y'all do up there, Miss Stacy?
I miss Valentine's Day.
And then some of our parents sent in candy and different things that they wanted.
Right.
They didn't really eat much candy. I sent it home in their baggies, and that's how we did the holiday.
What about you, Miss Taylor?
I wasn't feeling good, but I made sure that my kids got pizza delivered. I dropped some juices off on the side of the door, and I was looking in like, y'all thirsty, Miss Taylor right here, baby. I don't feel well. Love you, goodbye. But they ended up doing well. They did the chips, cupcakes. So parents, we pretty much have a good parent turnout. They support really well.
What about you, Miss Robinson?
My kids went home full of sugar. My kids had pizza, they had cookies, they had cupcakes, they had juice, they had chips, they had all the above. But they had fun. Then we did our little trail ride dances. So yeah, they like their teacher.
All right.
That sounds like some fun. I wish I
That's
was a
fun.
student.
Trail
I was
ride,
still a
They
student.
gonna do the Milan dance or 2 of them.
Okay.
They like their teacher. My kids, my mini me's. So yeah.
Cause I know when I was young, I jumped classroom to classroom, getting different snacks out of people's classroom. So hey, I wish I was still young. So ending with you, tell me about a time when teaching made you feel hopeful.
Teacher made me hopeful. We do this thing called tier, which is like extra support in the classroom. So like you have your tier 1, which is like whole group with like every student. But tier 2 is like your individual, where you have like so many kids on tier. So one of my students who is on tier, he's like really grown from where he was. So like to see his progress, it's like it made me feel good, because it's like, okay, I'm doing a good job with my tier. So that's the time that teacher made me feel hopeful.
So I have talked to y'all intervention. So from tier 2, y'all can drop them back down to tier 1,
Right.
which is good.
Right.
And they have to stay above like 80%.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all know I do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, learning. He's learning.
Remember. So how is teaching different from how you imagine it to be?
Ooh. Being a teacher assistant is it's a whole nother ball game. You feel like when you sit in that, particular position, you feel like you can do what a teacher does. But you can, but for the most part, it got a little different for me when I crossed roles. So when I became lead teacher, you feel everything is on you. The pressure, to perform. You got 20 innocent people, little people relying on you to get to their next level. So you feel that in the classroom versus a teacher assistant. Well, okay, I can collab, or I can come help, or I can run copies. No pressure, it's no worries all the time. But crossing over, I tell anybody, it's a different ball game. It is. Everybody's relying on you. So everything got to be done because you got to get done.
All right.
Now, I agree with that when you say innocent, because like I said, children only do what they see and say what they want to hear somebody else say, especially adults, so they kind of pay attention to that.
Yeah,
That's why I say innocent. Children don't become bad unless they see something bad.
Yeah. Right.
So I like when you elaborate that they innocent, because like I said, child right here, she just in her own zone. Now, she was watching something bad, she probably been ripping and running,
You can
interrupting.
tell when they watching something bad. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
It shows up.
So how do, any one of y'all can elaborate that, how do y'all incorporate technology in y'all lesson plan?
How do you do technology?
So we have a classroom set of iPads.
Right.
We have smart board. We have teacher issued laptops. Those iPads are used mostly for testing purposes, or we can use it with our program called Waterford. They do 15 minutes of Waterford, ELA, 15 minutes of math each. They're supposed to do it each day. The smart boards are used to project different videos or songs or things that they want you to use in your classroom. Yeah, the kids, some of them enjoy the iPads, but we're to the point of the year now where they're sick of the iPads. Some of them,
You what?
they're sick of the iPads.
I mean, well,
They're tired
my
of-
kids
they're
like
tired of-
Waterford.
They're tired of us putting them in their face. They're tired of the iPads.
Yeah.
So do any of them?
They will jump
now-
across the floor.
No, not that. No, this say. Cause I know
Yeah.
children will do that now.
I
But
had a
just say when we was growing up now, we used to always jump to another tab.
See,
Now,
that's
do
a-
they
that's
do
a-
that?
They do
They
that.
smart
They
enough.
be-
They smart
They
enough
be
to do
taking
that.
pictures
They
of the
take pictures
iPads.
of themselves. They can't get on YouTube.
Right.
Because
they go to
YouTube's
different
blocked.
apps on the iPads. They
That's
be
smart.
on
Whoever
different links.
thought about getting an iPad
Instead
block
of them
YouTube, I know I would
staying
have been on it.
on the screen that we put them on, they
Right.
will.
They be.
Jump
maneuver
They like to
something
explore.
else.
They like to
But-
explore.
They know they can't get off of Waterford until they see it's a stop sign. I said you can't get up unless you saw your stop sign. So
Right.
they try to work to get to the stop sign, and then some of them get sidetracked. But we try to keep them on task until they make it to the stop sign with reading, and then the stop sign with math. But we're to the point where they're tired of looking at them.
I agree. Now when they, like I said, when they can't jump to another tab, I get bored
Yeah,
of
we-
it too.
I think
But
we need
I know
to.
we had computers back then, so it'll be different from us having a tablet. But we had
I
computers
think
jump
we
to a
need to
different
figure out a
tab.
way to string lock on that particular. If we're using Waterford,
Right.
it needs to lock.
On Waterford, where they can't get them anything else.
I've been asking for that, but they ain't figured it out.
Because high school, y'all had lockdown browsing. Did y'all do? Oh, our
That's
kids
clean.
in Clinton, yeah. Lockdown browser, you can't go
You
nowhere.
can't go to nothing
Nah,
else.
I
And if the
remember
teacher
that.
see you on something else, she can
Yeah,
automatically
they can
switch you
automatically
back.
switch you right.
But we don't have that here.
Then we also utilize the smart boards for like if it's raining or anything outside.
Indoor.
We use it for indoor recess. We do it for like brain breaks and stuff, like to get them moving. Cause like little kids, they get antsy on the carpet. So like after whole group, if they start getting antsy, they start moving around. I easily like turn on a brain break, go doodle. What's the other one? Move to learn. To get them moving, so like they won't, be just playing on the carpet and stuff like that.
So y'all play on the carpet, so y'all interact with the children while they dancing on the carpet.
Yeah, we do.
Y'all dance with them?
We hope we play on most of the day.
Right.
See, I want my benefits.
I sit on the carpet during instruction time.
I would have class turn every
like,
day.
Like when you right there in close proximity of them,
they
like that because they like, oh, okay, my teacher sitting on the carpet with me. My teacher doing this.
So you make them feel comfortable. So
right.
They see, like I said, they see what you do and they want to do it. So how do y'all? I know it get bad with the students, and sometimes y'all had to communicate with the parents. So how would y'all effectively communicate with a parent?
Power school. Some people use power school.
Right. We used to have school status.
School status.
But with my parents have my personal number. So they know, like, if I need to ask a question, I can easily call Miss Robinson. Send me a text message. I respond when I can. But for the most part, I have good communication with my parents. Then half of the time, they come up to the school and, all they do is call for us to come down to the office and we communicate like that. But for the most part, my parents communicate with me through text message or phone call.
Yeah, I prefer personal phone. Some people don't, but
right.
I do.
I feel like it's the easier way. Right. Yes.
In case of emergency, like you get a nosebleed, like you doing the app, it may take a minute. So.
Because service is bad at
certain
places.
Service is bad in most places of the building. I use Remind. If I want to send out like just a broad message, I will send it's called an announcement on Remind. I pretty much try to send those weekly, Sundays by 12:30. All my parents already know what's going on for the week. But if they need to just immediate contact, some of them have my personal. And then in Remind, you can send individual messages. So we go about it like that. If it's not nothing urgent.
Right.
It's sweet. Have anything became too challenging for y'all when it comes to communicating with the parents?
I got a good group of parents this year.
Right.
We have I might have like one or two, they might get away from you, but for the most part,
I have very supportive parents. I don't have any problems.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, huh? Okay. So if you could change one thing about the education system, what would it be?
Paperwork.
Would y'all agree?
For me, with pre-K, it will be the supplement curriculum pieces that they're still adding in.
Yeah.
We have too many different components, and some of them are really overlapping each other, and then some of them to me not useful. So I need them to, when they reevaluate pre-K, look at the curriculum, and I need them to, okay, we're gonna use this particular thing. It needs to be for like reading, ELA. It needs to be phonics. It needs to be writing. All things ELA, not two. We got 2 or 3 different things that we're pulling from.
Because it's overwhelming for the kids, and it's overwhelming for us because we have to teach all these different curriculums, and they get like right. And so
you mean
can't
like
really
math,
enjoy the kids.
reading?
Yeah, like if it's we got reading, but it's like 3 or 4 different things 3 different.
That goes.
So you got
curriculums they want us to do.
Michael Haggerty.
We got Mississippi Beginnings. You using Waterford. Like it's 4 or 5
and that's all related to language. Or that's just one subject.
That's just
all
one
related
subject.
to.
With math, it's the building blocks.
Building blocks in Waterford.
And Waterford will come back and, do the math.
And then,
what else is it?
Those are the only 2 we have for math. But with building blocks, they want you to do whole group lesson, they want you to do a small group lesson, and they want you to do centers.
So adjusting
the curriculum. They need to adjust the curriculum.
Adjust the curriculum.
And paperwork.
Delete some of it, because some of it unnecessary.
With pre-K, everything we have to do manual. Report cards, you have to do manual. Progress reports, you have to do manual. Like versus a high school level, I came from high school. All I had to do was input 6 grades, and then that's your average.
That's it.
Now I got to sit here and test you every time I give you a progress report, a report card for pre-K.
Because when it's high school, they
automatically generates you a grade. So say for instance, high school, I gave you 3 daily grades. You got 3 test grades. The system is going to automatically calculate your grade.
Right.
It's like 30% this, 50% this, 10% that.
access codes. Oh, I just give your access code. You just go in and text. You can just go do your own thing.
Take your own test. I shouldn't have to.
Oh, so both of y'all taught high school at high school level.
So
I was 9th grade.
I did 9th grade and 11th.
So what would you change?
I would say the paperwork too. It's like with paperwork, you have a certain deadline of when you have to get stuff done, but it's like
Yes.
during the daytime, you don't have time to do it because you have kids, and so your kids are always needing you. They always pulling on you, Miss Robinson, Miss Robinson. They hitting me, Miss Robinson, Miss Robinson. I need this, and it's like you have to stop what you're doing to tend to them. So it's like when it comes to paperwork, you have to wait till like the end of the day, and sometimes at the end of the day, you still, you gotta get your class cleaned up. You gotta get your class ready for the next day. So it's like you don't have time to get it done. So I would say at least like giving us more time to like get stuff done.
Because you can't enjoy the kids. You can't really enjoy them because it's so much paperwork.
That you have to get done, right?
But if you have a good TA or a good co-teacher,
Right.
then you're good.
Right.
Some of
they
us,
help you sometimes.
some of us have been in luck of getting that support. Well, it took mine a minute to come, but I have my support now. She's a good support. You need that support when
You
you're
really
working
do.
with younger
So-
kids.
Right.
Mine is my lifeline.
I know
Like,
certain schools have more than two. Would y'all want an extra assistant?
Would you need to? I
Absolutely.
think 2 assistants in a classroom with 20
It
kids.
would help.
It probably would help.
It would help.
Because one
Absolutely.
assistant could be working with the behaviors. Then you can have
Right.
another assistant who can train under you where she can actually take over the lesson when you can't.
Right.
And then that's when the other person goes and take a break and do paperwork.
How
Right.
would you feel about it, Miss Taylor? Not to
I
cut you
feel
off,
like, I'm sorry, yes. I feel like with them closing down schools,
but,
closing different locations, you can afford to put a third person.
that's
Yeah, you know,
that's agreeable.
You can bring them right on in because if you go to the, like, I think my wonderful, I always say co-teacher, my wonderful co-teacher, I love her, she's my backbone. She came from Nebraska, so it's different because their square footage is much bigger and they have more people in the classroom helping together. So it's a big team of people, but it's like 3 people, maybe 3 to 4. You have volunteers that may come in and say, "Hey, I'm volunteering to go straight with letter recognition with the sound. I'm coming in to work." You know, if everybody's on board. I feel like in order for JPS to move forward, that would be a good idea to bring more people in.
And we used to have that, but I'm not sure what happened to the
I think
push
maybe
in volunteers.
COVID was it COVID there too? Because I know I couldn't let my volunteers come in clean due to COVID.
Okay, so maybe COVID did that. But
COVID
we used to
kinda
have push
wiped
in volunteers.
Yeah, because when I was student teaching, my mentor teacher at the school that I student taught at, they would have like different people from different places come in and volunteer. Like, hey, I'm gonna pull so many kids and we're gonna work on this, and then I'll bring them back after so many minutes. So, but I would say I agree having a third person in the classroom, especially because like with me being younger, I guess my kids think I'm like they playmate or their sister, brother, or whatever. So they don't listen to me.
No offense, you can blend in with them now. It's
I
all
look
It's all I'm saying.
But-
Compliment, girl.
They don't listen to me, so it's kind of hard trying to classroom manage my kids. But with my assistant, she's real helpful in that aspect because they listen to her. So it's like when she come in the room, they get to run. Like they never did anything.
Because everything talking about
Throwing
a
the
book,
fun
it ain't in it.
But with me, I guess I'm the friend or whatever. They know when to play with me at certain points, but then again, they play with me.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, but yeah, I agree. I say a third person because when your assistant has to go, like sometimes the assistants have other things to do in the school. So it's like when they're out of the room and you get overwhelmed, having a third person will be like, okay, you know, you can take over.
Yeah,
once that
especially
assistant wants to go.
when you bathroom breaks,
Yeah.
Meetings, because we have
meetings,
meetings after
yeah.
while.
recess,
PDs
y'all
and stuff
see-
like that, right?
These field trips, they would
Oh,
be
yeah.
handy. They need it. I mean,
Yeah, I
You
get
did a field
chaperone.
trip, right?
Yeah, I did a field trip. I get chaperone on. The parents get to come.
Yes, I'm not-
Yeah, the parents get to come. It's helpful when you have other people to help you, cause it's like it's all hands on deck. Cause say like if you got a child that run,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've been on the
A
tour
parent
with y'all
can be
before.
quick to be like, hey, come back, you know, or an assist, a third assistant can be like,
Oh, what was
I'll
that?
go
The
get the child.
museum we went to?
The art museum.
The art museum.
I don't know. The museum
Children's
before.
museum.
The children's museum.
Oh yeah, the
And
children.
they had the North Pole in there. One of them tried to escape the North Pole. And I said, hey, where you going, man?
They will get away.
The art museum. The art museum. They did not like that. They would not sit still at all.
We got one coming up on March 6th, going to Tougaloo.
Yeah.
Right,
For the Read Across Jackson.
America.
Read Across
It's
Jackson.
the-
Yeah.
You know the crazy thing about that? I probably be reading to y'all. Y'all know that, right?
And the fireman's going to come in.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's two of us. All of us not coming. I mean, because the lady talked to me about it. She came straight to me. Her name, Fahrenheit. I think it's a Fahrenheit group, and they reached out to me. They wanted me to. It's a lady reached out to me, wanted me to read. So it's 2 sections. She wanted me to read. But I told her if I take both sections, honestly, how many be able to interact with all the children? I might need a second person to read because she want us to read and interact with them as we reading along the book. I was like,
And do an activity with them.
I was like, that ain't bad, but to a extent, we don't do that a lot. Y'all teachers do that a
We
lot.
still need you to come to the school and read to our carpet people too. Right here.
Right. For Read Across America.
I'm gonna read them, man. We all go outside and do recess.
No.
Yeah, we do that. That's what the men will enjoy. We don't like
No,
being in
I
a
had
close
some
environment. We want to be outside.
I
Y'all
had
go
some
have
farming last year.
fun.
They did good.
Who?
I had some farming last year. They did good.
They did.
I don't mind you come play my kid. Give me a break.
They would like to see him in his fire uniform.
Yeah.
Of course.
Maybe so. So what is one thing you wish that you knew when you started teaching? And we'll just go down the line. So what's one thing? Maybe two. Let's do 2 things that you wish you would have knew when you first started teaching.
I wish I had known it was going to take up most of my time. Like personal life and school, like it runs together. A lot of
Do
times.
it ever come together sometimes? Cause she went on
It runs together all the time.
Mhm.
Things that, like they said with the paperwork, if you run out of time doing stuff here, you have to take stuff home.
Right.
So I wish I had known that it was going to take up majority of my time. Secondly, I'm still 0 kids. Okay, team 0 kids right now.
Oh my goodness.
So I my hats are off to the teachers that have kids and then go home to kids. It's still a little fuzzy there for me because I don't know how they interact all day with kids and then go home and tend to kids.
Mhm.
So that's that personal school life intertwining.
Yeah, I know Miss Taylor. You said you had to leave at 3:30, so if y'all wanna.
I have 3 children, 2 high schoolers and a 5th grader. So, I'm piggybacking on what she said. Personal life, it runs in. Like if my husband say, "Hey, I want you to put everything down. We going on a date today, like lunch date." I gotta still take that little time out that lunch date. Say, let me make a cup of coffee. Let me go to Office Depot right quick, But let's do that. He was just gonna be like, "I'm gonna let you slide." But for the most part, personal life and school life, yeah, they clash.
Right.
What about you, Ms. Robinson?
And in school to graduate. So I know
Yes. So to pick it off of that, having to like deal with being in school and working at the same time, it's like I have to procrastinate on doing my homework because I'm bringing stuff home from work to finish. Then I'm like, dang, I'm missing deadlines on my homework so I can get this done. I'm like, ooh, I hope I don't fail my class. So let me hurry up try to get my homework done. So one day if I'm finishing work from work, then the next day I'm like, okay, you need to do your homework so you won't fail your class. And it piles up on you. My homework be piling up. I had like 3 assignments that I got to get done in one day because I had to procrastinate. So it's, dealing with school and work all at the same time.
Now, what it truly sound like, y'all need an assistant at the house too.
Ooh, what you say?
That would be helpful.
She'll grin in the background.
That
She'll grin in the background.
But see, when you got people that live with you, all you gotta do is be like, hey, I need help with this.
No, I don't want to like that.
Ooh, my husband. Now I can't say my babies will cut out some until they need me to do something. Yeah, baby, come on, do this for me. All right, type that paper up. I'm gonna turn it in. Make sure it's done right. AP format, APA. I got you $5. I got $10.
I have a fiance now, so all I gotta do is say, hey, I gotta get this done, so I need help with this. Can you help me?
So this gonna be the last question.
That's gonna be life. I'm telling you.
I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
You doing like?
I hope you know how to cut.
Look, I'm gonna be like,
I
need help. Like,
I was in school
I
before
need
now.
help, babe. Like, help me.
I was once in school before
My
now.
husband be drawing something like, what he did? Like, I'm trying to make it look like it was a child. I'm just trying. I said, okay, Mr.
Look, when we have to turn in that attendance, like, hey, go down the list. Tell me who was here, who was not here, who was tardy, who was present.
You done that before.
Yes.
It was fun. Like I said, it's fun. The system to teach because I know y'all.
And then we got it done. We got it done, though. We got it done.
Real fast. Like I said, having an assistant, it speeds the work process. So would y'all rather a human assistant or a robot assistant? Because robots becoming very popular now. Or as an assistant or a homemaid or a home butler, they bring the robots in the houses now. Would y'all prefer a human or a robot?
I would say a human.
I need a human.
Cause sometimes them robots they'll break down real fast. You be like, oh my goodness. Like, what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now?
And then what if he what's it called? Not leg. Hey, what's the word? A malfunction?
Yeah.
Or teeter.
It's the one that made it.
Now that they are making preparation, they are adjusting certain things about
They
robots
might
and
have
they
Right.
yeah, they changing a lot of things
Yeah.
about them now. So they making them better. I prefer a robot now.
You
do?
I would prefer a
No,
robot.
I need a
Not in the
human.
classroom. Because the
Because
kids,
let's think about it. The robots in life, they able, like manufacturing robots, they able to move a little faster. They able to stay focused.
what if the kids?
Humans will lose distraction quicker than a robot will.
But the
Humans,
kids.
robots are able to focus on one thing and get it done and move to the next. We get a phone call and like we get distracted quick. A robot receive, robots don't receive phone calls. Yeah, robots don't receive phone calls. So I prefer a robot.
What happens if little Johnny make the robot fall? Not a robot dead.
Right.
They didn't know.
What if it breaks?
It breaks.
Now that'll be on manufacturing. Now, honestly, I've seen a few robots when people bring them on, like Kai Screen, he bring a robot on. They pretty strong now. A person like her size, come here. A person like her size will not be able to push a full-grown robot over. Come here.
You don't think so?
But what if the whole class just crowds?
No, not here. This is at your home. If y'all wanted a robot, a little baby like this will not be able to push a full-grown robot over like me. Like if I was a robot, she would not be able to push me over.
You don't think so?
No, I'm pretty sure I know. I know so. You go back. Yo, they will not. But this is at the house.
Oh,
Y'all
at the house.
choose
No,
that
I
home.
would still.
The
I
house
would still
assistant,
rather. I would still rather.
I want a
human.
person.
I want a human.
I want a robot because they stay focused. They focus on one task, get it done.
She's gonna turn into a robot, sis.
I guess so.
Okay.
I guess I'll have to be a robot.
We're gonna wrap this up because I know Miss Taylor gotta get out of here. So there is nothing left to do. Arielle Robinson, Alicia Taylor, Shakira Cassidy. There's nothing left to do but thank y'all for coming on the channel.
Is you okay?
I will be Miss Robinson soon.
Moving on. Moving on.
I love it.
If y'all can spam that like button, comment, subscribe, and please share amongst everybody y'all know. And keep it real, keep listening.